126th day of Ukrainian resistance continues. Ukrinform Media Center continues. My name is Vasil Sumikhalov, and Oleksandr Starukh is with us, head of the Zaporizhzhia military administration. Good day to you. Good day. Well, the question is about following, and over the previous several days, there are many videos of Russians moving the military equipment in Zaporizhzhia direction. Do they plan to attack Zaporizhzhia? Do they plan to defensive, or did they suffer some huge losses? What does it mean that they massively move military equipment? It's an ongoing process of moving equipment. Just the logic of moving from Mariupol direction or from Crimea direction provides Zaporizhzhia southern part of Zaporizhzhia region. They cross, so they transfer the equipment. They didn't accumulate a lot for the occupants. The main military actions are happening in the south of Kharkiv region and in Lugansk direction. In Zaporizhzhia direction, there's combat across the contact line and artillery duels mostly. Regarding possible offensive from occupants, they would need a lot. They would need to concentrate more means. Thank you a lot. We heard 2 explosions in Berdansk last night. Do you know anything more about that? It's a regular thing that in Berdansk there are explosions. Not only in Berdansk, the reasons can vary. Sometimes it's nature protests against occupants. Sometimes the occupants conduct demining in the port and trying to make it workable. After there was a strike on their boat, military boat, in the March, a part of the port is not workable, so they try to currently to solve that issue, to increase the capabilities of the port. Regarding the nature of the protests, there's an visual impression that the partisan movement, so to speak, in the occupied areas, that daily becomes more and more powerful. What can you say about that? Well, partisans, what to say about them? They are, and they act, and they will make occupants suffer more and more, put more pressure on them. And all the citizens of occupied territories, they hope that sooner or later we will free those territories of our region and of all Ukraine. And partisans will help us with this. And the help will be efficient and important. In Energodar, Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, there is an information that occupants started repressions against the employees of the nuclear plant. Do you know anything about that? To say a start won't be improper, because they continued repressions against the civilians in Energodar, have their civilian position and against the utilities employees that don't want to collaborate, and same refers to employees of nuclear plant. In Energodar, there are many civilians are kidnapped by occupants or detained by occupants, and that's not the first week that's happening of terrorist government of occupants. I just wanted to define that Rosatom said that several employees, as if they were preparing a sabotage on a nuclear plant, as if they wanted to explode something or something similar, so they detained somebody. It's a more complex issue. And this nuclear plant has to be maintained in a proper status, and the communication with those territories is broken, so some emergency can happen without any sabotage that could endanger life and health of people. So occupants right now they're fully responsible for a security situation, for safety situation that happened there. And we thank our operators and employees that continue working there and produce electric energy that is used by all Ukraine. We have questions in the room, please. Ukrinform. I have 4 questions. First is related to captive officials. The mayor of Dnipro, first deputy of mayor of Enogradar, head of Kirillivka, and son of Zaporizhzhia district administration. Is anything known about them, or are there any demands from occupants? Do they demand money for releasing those people? We have 6 officials actually captured by occupants, and lately in a crisis center that involved with the issue for last night. That's turning as 68 people captured by occupants. 140 are still captives. But they're not prisoners of war, but they're just captives by occupants. The occupants act as terrorists. Regarding the officials that you have mentioned, they are captives by occupants. They have less information about Mr. Matveyev. They are captured since March. We tried to make an exchange for them, but right now they haven't been exchanged. For 180 days, captured son of Oleg Buryak, who is 16-year-old, he's underage, and 2 more underage are captured by occupants. With the man Maliyev, I think closely will inform about positive news. Regarding operations of enterprises that remain in the occupied territory, wind, electric station, and says, is anything known about that? What it says? Electric station. DES? Electric station? Yes. Right now, there is no information regarding operation of those objects, even though naturally we have 4 electric stations, wind electric stations that with capacity up to 1 gigawatt. They produce energy, parts of them, because we get information from the owners, from Eurocape, and from the tech. They are connected to electric network. General electric network. Preliminary information is as such, but to go in detail, we have to define it. Regarding Zaporizhzhia iron ore factory that is controlled by occupants now, we know in the military administration they called a commission to discuss the situation regarding the threat of a flood and a possible contamination of groundwaters with this ore. What is the situation now? Right now, the ecological situation is controlled. Naturally, they point attention to this story. Listen to the management of this enterprise. They said we lost administration of, we could not administrate this object anymore. Occupants tried to move the ore that is on the surface and the one that is in the mine. The system that is done with pumping water, it operates, they pump water, but the threat that it can be broken due to the fact that all the equipment was imported and the specialists, part of them just left the territory. Big part of them left the territory and they don't want to work there, they want to collaborate. There is a threat. It's studied and we control that situation. We're in control. But there are problems with access to that territory. Right now, the enterprise is fully under control of occupants. And last question: which universities moved to Zaporizhzhia from occupied territories? All the state study institutions, they moved to Zaporizhzhia for several months ago. Both Melitopol institutions, university, and Academy, Agriculture Academy, and Berdyansk University is also in Zaporizhzhia now, preparing the documents to issue to students, their diplomas, and all the documents that are necessary. The management is in Zaporizhzhia. They organize their work with the help of local universities. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good and peaceful day and victorious day. Oleksandr Starukh was with us, head of Zaporizhzhia Military Administration. We'll meet you at 1:30 and we'll speak about IT generation, a project where Ukrainians will have an opportunity to have free education and have profession in IT. And there is Mikhail Fedorov, who will be Vice Prime Minister and Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. See you.